Everybody talks about values, but nobody talks about virtues.
Working with the president Boris Trajkovski, what in your opinion was the reason that people liked him?
He had the virtues of honesty, courage, wisdom.
You brought the lead singer of the band Aha here in Macedonia. Tell me about that.
Here's the invite for Morton. Can you get this to him? And he got it to him, and Morton said yes. Literally, sales of Merlot went down, sales of Pinot Noir went up. I mean, it shaped that part of the culture that much. So Kratošija, Macedonian grape,
Yes.
is actually growing in America right now. Oh, that's Gličnik.
Што го врти светот? Оваа недела прашањето го поставуваме на англиски. What makes the world go round? Ке биде прашање до нашиот гостин, Џејсон Мико, кој го прелета Атлантскиот океан и дојде директно во нашето студио. Тој и тоа како ја познава нашата држава, патувал на секаде, за овие патувања ќе ни раскаже, вели за себе дека е патувач, а не турист и дека навистина сака да ги запознае културите кои ги гледа. Секоја година, барем по 2 пати, доаѓа во Македонија и вели дека навистина ужива во македонското вино, а се обидел истото и да го извезе преку Атлантскиот океан. Како ќе оди оваа приказна и понатаму ќе сакаме да видиме, но со него отвараме навистина интересни игри, а му дадовме и тежок предизвик кој очекувавме дека нема да успее воопшто да го реализира. А ќе видите како ќе биде. Меѓутоа, пред да почнеме со овој разговор, затоа што веќе ни доаѓа февруари и новата плата секако, а бидејќи платите постојано ни растат и нели прекрасно имаме многу пари во Македонија, цените исто така паралелно растат, одлучивме да ви ги раскажеме најскапите градови во светот, па можеби да размислите и наместо кафето во Охрид или на Боемска улица во Скопје да го испиете во еден од нив. Па каде се наоѓаат 10 најскапи градови во светот? Првите 6, се разбира, се наоѓаат во Швајцарија. Женева, Базел, Лозана, Лугано и Берн. А на прво место е Цирих, заради цените во рестораните, скапите станови и високата цена за секојдневни намирници. Потоа, на другата страна на земјината топка ги имаме, секако, Њу Јорк, Хонолулу и Сан Франциско. На листата за жал или за среќа ги нема нашите градови, но се надеваме дека во оваа 2026 година и по завршувањето на празниците, цените ќе се стабилизираат, а нашите плати и тоа како ќе продолжат да растат. До тогаш уживајте во добар разговор за тоа што тоа ништо не ве чини.
So, hello, Џејсон, and what makes the world go round?
Jovana, thanks for having me. What makes the world go round? It's people. It's really people. It's human interaction. You know, this is whether we like it or not. We're born into this world with a family. We don't choose our family. We choose our friends. And then as we grow up and become adults, we go to school. We learn how to live apart from our family. We learn how to live with strangers. Then we go to work and we form new relationships. And then we settle in a community, hopefully. Hopefully we have a husband or a wife and then kids. And then we're dealing with them. Exactly, right? Yeah. So, and then maybe we get to travel around the world a little bit and interact with other people. But it's really, that's what it is. It's people. It's human interaction. That's what makes the world go round.
So, Robbie is just doing nothing here. I had to say it with R because that's how we call him.
Yes.
However, people, it's an answer that my colleague Victor from SMI is giving every year, so it's fun to hear it from someone else again.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I will give you short questions and please give me short answers.
I'll try.
It's either or.
Right.
Rakia or vino?
Yes.
Both. Okay. Swimming or running?
Swimming.
Okay. Traveling with a car or by train?
Oh. Yes.
Okay. Music or movie before sleeping?
Music.
Nice. So this question, just focus very much. Do you put ice in red wine?
No, ever. Never. It's a sin.
It is. Listening to music on vinyl or Spotify?
These days, Spotify.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
But these days, young people are going back to vinyl because they never felt that, and it's great.
And it's a better sound quality if you have the right equipment for it.
Yes, an expensive equipment, but still worth the money.
Exactly.
So you travel a lot. What was the last country you've been in? And we don't count Macedonia because obviously you're here now.
The last country I've been in, gosh. So I've been to 50 countries around the world, and the last quote-unquote new country was in 2007. It's been almost 20 years, and that was Australia and New Zealand. We went to Australia first, so it was New Zealand, I guess, would have been the last new country I'd been to.
Why haven't you been to a new country since 2007?
That's a great. I keep asking myself that question. I don't know.
You keep coming to Macedonia twice a year.
I have two countries I go to a lot: Macedonia and Estonia. So I've got the Baltics and the Balkans. So I do need. I think this year I really want to try and hit Malta.
That's nice.
Never been there.
But there is no ball in Malta, so I don't know
That's
if
true,
you will
yeah,
like it.
right.
How was Estonia? What was interesting there?
Estonia is a great little country. I've actually been going to Estonia longer than I've been coming to Macedonia. I first met an
That's fair.
Estonian on the streets of Madrid in 1992. So this is really after the fall of the Soviet Union. And then made my first trip to Estonia in 1993. So it was just really, post-Soviet. It was poor. It was backwards.
How has it changed through the years? Because Estonia is really an example of how a country can develop.
Absolutely, yeah. It is amazing. First of all, Tallinn, the old city of Tallinn, is a perfectly preserved medieval Hanseatic city. It's beautiful with the towers and the walls and the cobblestones and the old buildings and things like that. And the rest of the country is beautiful. It's flat, though. I'm from Arizona. I'm mountainous. That's one reason I like Macedonia is because it's mountainous. Macedonia's landlocked. Arizona's landlocked. Estonia is a coastal state and very flat. That's okay. The people are a little bit standoffish, not like Macedonians. Macedonians are extremely friendly and hospitable. But once you get to know the Estonians, then they open up. Yeah. But it is incredibly developed. It's rich. It's richer than some European countries. It is just very well developed. They're very innovative, especially in the IT sector. They invented Skype, which of course they invented Skype, but Skype is no more. I mean, I think Microsoft bought them.
And then it's no more. I'm just
Exactly.
joking.
Yeah. No. So, but they've done so many other things. So it's a really neat little country.
Yes, it's very interesting. I met a friend from Estonia. She's actually part Estonian, part Finnish, and she was always joking about how they, look in they never look in each other's eyes in the elevator and everything else. And we were together with a bunch of Balkans, people from the Balkan as well. It was crazy because we looked different, but at the end you sort of understand each other on some level. Where have you seen the kindest people, like the nicest people? Because you said you like people and they make the world go round. Where were the kindest people? Because as a tourist, you need kind people.
Yeah, you do. I find kind people everywhere. Nice. It just really depends on the country.
Even in New York?
Even in New York, you're going to find kind people. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because
the stereotype is that people living in New York are just don't care.
They're just in a hurry.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a hurry to get things done.
They have no time to be kind to other people a lot.
Oh no, they do. Yeah, once you get to know them.
Okay.
There's kind people, and then of course there's the opposite in every country. Nasty people. So some people are just nasty by disposition, for whatever reason.
So when you came to Macedonia, what was the thing that sort of surprised you, in a good and in a bad way?
A good way, the hospitality. I came here for 3 days to see if I could. I was offered a job here in 1996 with Mercy Corps, a humanitarian group, and I was doing a week's work in Croatia on another client. So I said, before I commit to coming here for 3 months, I'm going to come here for 3 days just to see if I like the place, see if I can stand the people. Obviously, 30 years later, the answer to that was yes. So I spent 3 days here, and then I said, I'll commit to 3 months. And that's when I really discovered the things that I like about Macedonians. They're very open, they're very hospitable, they're very warm, until, of course, they get behind the wheel of a large automobile and stay the hell out of their way.
Yes.
So there's that. But then, and they're laid back. Sometimes too laid back. You got to get things done. You can't always be eating and drinking and celebrating.
We're always on holidays. So.
Right, yes.
When you first came here, one of your first, not just jobs, but activities was working with the president Boris Trajkovski. He was liked by a lot of people in the country, and he was loved by a lot of people. And he was one of the rare leaders we had, political leaders we had. In your opinion, how was he as a person? What was his virtue? Because it's we can learn from that, from him, no matter whether you believed in left-oriented politics or right-oriented. But when it comes to rhetorics and how you can attract the public and how you can get people to love you, you can learn from him, and should. What, in your opinion, was the reason that people liked him?
You actually you said something there that I caught, which was very interesting. You said his virtues, and this is something that's I find interesting in today in the world scene, and especially in the political scene, and especially with EU, NATO, and the big organizations. Everybody talks about values, but nobody talks about virtues. Virtues are a higher level, higher order than values. And one thing that attracted people, I think, to Boris was that he had the virtues of honesty, courage, wisdom. He believed in the truth. His campaign slogan, one of his campaign slogans when he ran for president in 1999 was "Võdime Македонија." I believe in Macedonia, and he did. He loved people. He was outgoing. He was not a politician, which I think was one of his strengths.
Okay.
And he had been doing that long before he became president, long before he became the deputy foreign minister in 1998, when Vumero won, and he just really had a deep interest in people. He would look at you like you were the only person in the room. If there's 50 people in the room and he's talking to you, he looks at you like you're the only person that ever mattered or matters to him, and all the others don't. That wasn't true, but he took a deep interest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that was one of his great strengths.
To me, it's interesting that you also like movies and music, like we said in the beginning. However, when it comes to music, you brought the lead singer of the band Aha here in Macedonia. Tell me about that. How did that happen?
Yeah, that's a great question. So this is 2007. The government at the time is organizing a conference at Lake Ohrid called the World Conference on Dialogue Among Religions and Civilizations. It was a follow-up to the first one held in 2003 that Boris Trajkovski had arranged. So this was the second one. The government is looking for a recognizable big name, so to speak, that has some sort of philosophical, theologian mindset. And they asked me if I knew anybody, and I did have a connection with Norway and with Morten Harket. So I asked my friend Leif Horstad, who's a good friend of Morten's, here's the invite for Morten. Can you get this to him? And he got it to him, and Morten said yes. And it was just kind of,
nice.
Wow.
Probably a traveler.
Yeah. So Morten came here with his friend and collaborators, Sigurd and Einarson. This is October 2007. And I picked him up at the airport with another friend of mine and a driver. And so, I'm an 80s guy. That's my music.
Okay.
And so and then I hung out for a weekend with Morten Harket, which was just kind of, wow, this is, one of my musical heroes. Morten spoke at the conference, the main conference dinner that Saturday night. But he also talked to a lot of people and found out about the injustice of Greece's push on Macedonia to change its name. Fast forward to the spring of 2008, Morten had been working on a solo album at that time called Letter from Egypt. Sigurd calls me and he says, you want to come up to Oslo, and Morten's going to do some concerts with his new album. We can talk some more. So I flew up there and hung out.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, that's what one does. It's called slumming, rock style. So, talked with Morten, talked with Sigurd. And Sigurd's a filmmaker by profession. He's done music videos, TV commercials, things like that. And both men had worked on a documentary about East Timor years before that. So we talked some more, and again, they were incensed by the injustice of this whole issue. So Sigurd says, let's make a movie, a documentary.
So that's
So-
how you made the movie.
That's how we made the movie.
Yes.
The song, the title, A Name is a Name, comes from a song on Morton's album called A Name is a Name. It actually doesn't have to do with Macedonia, but it just fits so nicely.
Yes.
So, yeah, and that's how we put the movie together.
Okay, that's an interesting story to
Yeah.
have. How do you believe, how important are movies in shaping public's opinion? How important is what we see, whatever it is, not just documentaries, but also TV shows, etc., in forming how we think about issues? And is there any movie that have shaped your opinion in your life, other than the one that you produced?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot. But let me take an example of a movie that I really like from and apply it to the field of wine, the wine industry. So the film is called Sideways. Paul
Okay.
Giamatti and the other actor's name escapes me right now. But it's two guys going on a road trip in California. One of them's about ready to get married. So they're doing a wine tour, just the two of them. And Paul Giamatti's character loved Pinot Noir, which is a hard grape to grow and make into a good wine. The other guy, his buddy, didn't care. He just wanted to drink. But the other grape that Paul Giamatti's character hated was Merlot. After the film came out, and it was a big success, literally sales of Merlot went down, sales of Pinot Noir went up. I mean, it shaped that part of the culture that much. And one film that's influenced me, I try and watch it every year, is called It's a Wonderful Life by the director Frank Capra. Jimmy Stewart, the longtime old Hollywood actor. This is 1950s, I think. Might be 1950s. It's a Christmas film. And but it's the story of George Bailey, played by Jimmy Stewart, who lives in a small town in America. I don't even know if they ever identify the state. But the bottom line, to keep it short, is that he's going through a rough time in his life. He's got a wife and kids. He's going through a rough time. He thinks his life is worthless. An angel comes to visit him and grants him, and George Bailey says, I wish I'd never been born. The angel grants him his wish. He's never been born. And then he gets to see what life is like if he had never been born, and how much poorer everybody around him was in terms of spirit and everything else because he had never been born. And then at the end of the movie, of course, you know, he gets his life back. He actually did live, but he got to see, it's a rare treat to be able to see how much you have positively influenced people if you had never been born. It's a really good film. It's a Wonderful Life.
You really like Macedonian wine. You like it so much, you brought some of it to the US and are trying to export one type of Macedonian wine there.
Yes.
What's going on with that, and how does that process go and look?
Right. There's a longer story, but I'll give you the shorter story for now. So Kratosia, Macedonian grape,
Yes.
is actually growing in America right now. We brought it there last year, and I say we, me, and some good Macedonian friends. But it's not growing throughout the country. It's growing in one specific location at the University of California, Davis in Irvine. So in order to bring in any plant material in the United States, you have to go through a permitting process. And the university, in this case with viticulture, with vines, the University of California, Davis is the designated university that accepts and then monitors this. So we we sent over, 30 or so cuttings, dormant cuttings last year in the winter of Kratosia, which we sourced from Popov Winery. They gifted those to us. Sent them over there legally through all the permitting. Now they're with UC Davis. UC Davis is now monitoring these things. They're growing, but they're monitoring them for disease because you don't want to bring disease into the United States in the field of viticulture.
Of course not. Or anywhere.
Right, exactly. A year from now, it's a minimum 2-year process of growing and monitoring. A year from now, if these vines are deemed to be disease-free, they'll be available for growers throughout the United States to take cuttings and then start propagating, because that's how you do it with wines. 2031, you might be able to drink Kratosia that's grown in the United States. But it's all about telling a story, because this is what I do.
That was my question. What do we lack in telling our story, the story about our wine? We don't have to say it's the best wine in the world, although some people do say that. Mm-hmm. What do we need to be able to sell this story? Because you are in PR, so what are we lacking?
First of all, the quality of the wine. But I've been involved in Macedonia now for nearly 30 years, and I can tell you the quality of the wine has increased multiple folds. That's because the winemakers they're investing, they're experimenting with new grapes. They are taking care of the soil, taking care of the vines. They're doing everything right, in my opinion. But it's a very long process because there's 188 wineries in Macedonia, legally registered wineries in Macedonia. Most of those are mom and pop. But the number of wineries, I've tasted literally hundreds of Macedonian wines. And there are wineries here that most Macedonians have never heard about. There's a little wine shop called Wineberry near Vero, near the Bulgarian embassy. Jadranka is the proprietress, hostess. She has all of these little wineries that people have never heard of. Naumčevi, Jostella, Popovi, Monteco from Kratovo, actually. And these guys are producing really good stuff. Not just guys. Several of the wineries are owned and operated by women, which is fantastic. I mean, you see that growing. So first of all, you have to have good wine, and Macedonia's getting there. Second of all, I think you have to have a nice venue, and a lot of wineries are investing in their spaces. So they got the cellar, the equipment, they're making the wine, etc. But now they're creating tasting rooms that rival anything you see in Europe or America. They're well appointed,
nice,
beautiful.
Cheese.
Yeah, a little mesa, exactly.
Yes.
And then a kitchen for full catering, so they can do birthdays, weddings, bar mitzvahs, whatever. And then some of them are actually establishing sleeping areas, sleeping space, so little rooms here and there. So all of that is important in order to tell the story. Then we got to get the word out, and it's going on. There are wine tours that are being established.
You said you have traveled a lot of places here. Can you pick maybe one place that's not your usual suspect? So Ohrid doesn't work.
Doesn't
we
count,
all love
right,
Ohrid,
yeah.
but give me a place that you actually find beautiful and it's not your usual spot to go, just to give people ideas of where can they go.
Kratovo.
Okay.
I love Kratovo.
For me, it was Kruševo, but
Kruševo
Kratovo is
Kruševo.
also great.
Yeah, Berovo. There's a
Berovo.
nice little place there called the Aurora Spa. They've got a
Yes.
number of rooms and it's great food and wine. So I could keep naming them, but there's little gems all over Macedonia. I mean,
Let's see if you can keep naming them, because we have a little challenge for you.
okay.
So we have a couple of photos, and we will ask you to find out where they're taken in
okay,
Macedonia.
okay.
You can get things wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
But we need to make a bet first. How many do you think you will get?
Okay,
6. How
6.
many do you believe you will get right?
3.
Okay. I will go with none.
None?
Why not?
Wow, okay, all right. Oh man, I'm on the hot seat now. Prespa.
Okay, so I lost.
Oh, wow,
Next.
okay, all right. Oh, that's Gličnik.
Still losing a lot.
Berovo Lake.
You have traveled.
I think that's Heraclea. Could be Stovi, but I think it's Heraclea. Bitola.
Okay.
Kokino. Megalithic Kokino. Struga, that's a river dream.
Nice.
I got 6 out of 6. Cool.
6 out of 6. Yes, I definitely lost. Thank you for being here. I have a lot more questions to ask, but let's just stop here for now. When you're coming back, we'll meet again.
Great. Thanks for having me. This has been fun.
Sure. Same.
А во музичкото студио имаме Елена Васова и нејзиниот бенд. Таа е млада артистка која за својата песна Љубов ја доби престижната регионална награда Младен Младеновиќ и стана втора македонка која е добила оваа награда. Елена навистина е посебна во својот израз и верувам дека ќе уживате во нејзината музика. Здраво, Елена.
Здраво.
Која музика го врти твојот свет?
Кейт Буш во моментов.
Уживаме.
пријател, земи ти залюби се, зошто не може во име со мене. Колико само јас имам очи да видам тоа ти што бираш, можиш, имаш очи, имаш очи, бираш, има очи, бирам очи, има очи, бирам, има очи, бирам очи, има очи, бирам, има очи, бирам очи, има очи, бирам. Идеме понатаму со љубов. Велат надежда последна умира. Дур те чекав, умрев јас и се родив пак со нови очи, чиста душа, а срце собирав по пат. Колку е убава љубовта и колку ли боли од убавина. Моето сонце зајде одамна, дено име ке видам повеќе и јас бројам звезди каде нема втемни неба. Се изгубив меѓу нив јас, барајќи те тебе.
беше љубов за вас.
Кажи ми, има ли зборови за мене, за тебе? Кажи ми, има ли? Што и да сторам, верувај, јас ке морам да те најдам меѓу нив. Што и да кажам, верувај, јас се лажам. Било помино, барем леко да ти видам. Така мирно јас ке спијам. Барем леко да ти видам. Така мирно, јас ке спијам. Кажи ми, има ли Come here now, jag ska spia.
Слушнавте што слушнавте, видовте што видовте. За да слушнете и видите уште, заследете на нашите дигитални платформи. Стиснете лайк на Facebook, subscribe на YouTube и follow на Instagram, каде што ќе имаме уште ексклузивни содржини за вас. А секако, се гледаме и следната недела повторно тука на Телма Телевизија. Поздрав!